Today's episode of Shut Up and Suck It is a solo adventure. There's no Christian, there's no guest speakers. I need to go on a rant, and I'm going to do it by myself. So what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to rant about? I'm going to talk about bullying. Why do people do it? Why does it exist? I can't answer why it exists, other than the fact that most people who are the bullies that go out there and go, hey, you're a fag, hey, you're a fat ass, hey, you're ugly. Why do they do it? Sometimes it's because they want to feel better. Most times it's because they don't understand. If you are a straight person that is homophobic, that is a bully, and you are brought up to believe that gays are bad and boys wearing dresses and girls wearing boots are bad, then of course you're going to grow up and you're going to bully somebody because you don't understand why they are the way that they are. Well, here's a piece of fact for you, okay? We are the way that we are because you are the way that you are. That plain and simple, that's it. We were all born, we were all raised, we had chemical imbalances. We're human. I don't understand why I'm seeing more and more news articles and actual news videos of kids killing themselves, like Jamie Roddenmeyer from Buffalo, New York, and I just saw one about another teen from the same school who killed himself. Can't remember his name, but you look at Matthew Shepard if you want to go way back. You look at Billy Winchell if you want to go even further back. I just don't. I can't comprehend it. Maybe it's the same mindset that bullies have. Okay, we'll go back to even when I was growing up. Okay, I was picked on. As you can tell, I'm not the skinniest person in the world. I'm no Jessica Alba. I'm no whoever. Okay, I was picked on for being a tomboy. I'd hang out. I had a best friend across the street. I had this kid that I grew up with that lives in my apartment building. Always roughhousing, always hanging out with the boys, and very rarely hanging out with the girls. Most times, though, even now, I won't hang out with girls. Okay, I have a very few female friends because I just can't stand them. They're so judgmental. They're so picky. They're so finicky. They're so fucking high maintenance. But I don't pick on them for it. I don't want to be your friend because you're like this. You look like a douchebag, so I'm not going to hang out with you. No. Do I still make comments to my friends when I'm watching a show or I'm looking at a magazine? Yes, but the difference between bullying and having these thoughts that I pass on to my friends is there's confidentiality. I don't walk up to somebody and go, you're a fat ass. Why are you wearing that? Why are you out in public? Why are you wearing your makeup like that? Why don't you just, put a paper bag over your head? No. If I don't like the way that you look, I'm going to tell my friends. I'm going to keep it in my head because I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. And I wish the world worked like that. That's how I wish it worked. Because people don't understand, and if they do, they don't care because of how they were raised, because of how their brains work. It hurts. I can't tell you how many times I've physically harmed myself, how many times I've laid in bed, not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to give a shit about the rest of the day or my life because of something somebody said to me. I've had people make fun of me because my father died, saying that the reason he died was because he didn't want to be around me, because I was such a fatty, because I was a loner, because I was weird, because I'm a girl who likes video games, comic books, hiking, and Ninja Turtles. I've had people tell me that that's why my father died, because he made a deal with God that he wanted to be off this earth, and it's the most fucking ridiculous thing now that I think about it, but when you hear it, it hurts. And stop doing it. It's not helping anybody. Do you feel better for those 5 seconds? Okay, what if 5 days later, after those, enjoyable 5 seconds, you find out that the person that you bullied killed themselves because you couldn't keep your opinion to yourself? You are entitled to those opinions. Tell them to your best friends. Tell them to your family. Tell them to a vlog like I am. Don't tear apart somebody's confidence, their life, their well-being just because you don't understand and you don't agree. You're gonna be the reason, and this you and I'm talking about goes out to the whole virtual world out there. For anybody who actually watches this, you're going to ruin somebody's day. And I know that you know this. I'm sure that you've seen the look on people's faces, but someday think to yourself, what if the things that I say make somebody go over the edge? What if that person is the next 14-year-old kid on the news that hung himself because I called him a faggot, because I called him a fat ass, You know, there could be medical problems with people who are overweight or too skinny. There could be medical deformities for somebody that, you know, they have 4 fingers instead of 5. Like, there's always a reason for everything. Sometimes it may be because somebody chooses to self-harm. I mean, I've got scars all up and down my arms, all up on my shoulder. You know, this I was I had a hard time as a kid. It sucked, but I didn't have webcams to vent to like Jamie Rodemeyer did, and even that didn't help him because people are just cruel. Stop being cruel. Be there for somebody. Help them somehow. Stop taking people's joy away from them. Because one day you're going to really regret it. And the world needs to fix itself. And the only way that the world can do that is by one person. That's how it starts. One person makes a domino effect, and it creates 2 people and 3 people, and you just make a difference. Don't follow the trends. If you are brought up to believe that a certain way is bad, or a certain way of thinking is bad, or being gay, or being who you are, if you're brought up to realize that that's bad, step outside the box. Talk to somebody else about it. Get different opinions. Look online. See if anybody else is, you know, talking against this. Don't pass judgment without knowing the whole story. Because what if someday karma bites you in the ass? And it will, my friend, it will. And somebody ruins your day. You're sitting in your room because you don't have any real friends, because all the people that you know are simply douchebags like yourself. You're not going to have anybody to talk to. Think about that.